Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Please, like the video and share your thoughts. In the comments, your feedback helps. Make the content better. The front door clicked shut behind her at 3:17 a.m., a sharp slice of sound cutting through the darkness like a blade. I was sitting on the bottom step in nothing but my boxers, phone dead in my hand, listening to the hallway clock pound louder than my heartbeat. Aisha's heels, those absurd red ones she bought just because, tapped once, twice, then fell silent. She saw me. The smile she'd rehearsed in the mirror all week wavered at the corners. Imran, she chirped to brightly, the kind of voice people use when they're trying to sell you something. You're still awake. I said nothing. I couldn't. My tongue felt cemented to the roof of my mouth. She smelled of someone else's cologne, cedar, smoke, and beneath that, the faint metallic hint of sweat that wasn't mine. She kicked off her shoes and moved toward me in stocking feet. Baby, I know it's late. The party went on longer than we thought. Everyone was having such a great... Stop. It scraped out of me like sandpaper. Just stop. Aisha froze. The hallway light glinted off the shimmer dusted across her collarbone, the same glitter she dabbed on while humming in the bathroom, asking once more if I was sure I didn't want to come. I'd laughed, told her go enjoy herself, told her she had my trust. I meant it. God, I meant every word. She crouched in front of me, her knees popping. Imran, talk to me. You look like you've seen a ghost. I lifted my phone. The screen was dark, but I didn't need it. I'd burned that photo into my memory at 1:42 a.m. A foggy shot from the club balcony, time-stamped and geotagged. Aisha pressed against a stranger in a white linen shirt, his hand sliding under her dress, her head thrown back in a laugh I'd never heard in my life, a laugh that wasn't for me. Who is he? My voice cracked like a boy's. Her eyes flicked to the dead screen, then back to mine. It's not what you're imagining. Then tell me what it is. I stood too fast. The staircase groaned behind me. Because right now, it looks like the woman I begged to marry me 5 years ago let some guy paw her in public while I sat here like a fool, proud of how open-minded I thought I was. Aisha's mouth parted, but nothing came out. She reached for my hand. I jerked back. She stumbled a step, and for the first time, I saw fear in her eyes. Real fear. Not the teasing kind she used when she wanted me to chase her through the kitchen. Imran, please. It was just the vibe, the music, the drinks. You said it was a swinger party. I barked out a laugh sharp as broken glass. I said, go. I said, have fun. I didn't say... My throat cinched shut. She wrapped her arms around herself. Suddenly tiny inside the oversized coat she'd thrown on over her dress. Nothing happened. Not really. Not really. I repeated. Define really. Her gaze dropped to the floor. We kissed. That's it. I stopped it. The lie sat between us as thick as the perfume on her skin. I'd seen the photo. I'd seen her fingers tangled in his hair. I turned and walked to the living room, needing distance, needing oxygen. She followed, voice rising. You wanted me to go. You said it would be hot, that you trusted me. I trusted you to come home to me. I snapped, spinning around. My words bounced off the walls, off the framed photos. Us in Murray, in Lahore, in the hospital the day we brought Zain home. I trusted you to remember we have a life. Aisha, we have a son asleep upstairs who thinks his mother hung the moon. Her face crumpled. I know I messed up, but it was one night. One night. I echoed bitterly. You think betrayal expires at sunrise? She collapsed onto the couch, face buried in her hands. Her shoulders shook. I wanted to go to her, like the night her father died, the night she miscarried before Zain, the night she cried thinking she was enough. But my body refused to move. Minutes stretched into an hour. The clock ticked. Upstairs, Zain coughed in his sleep. Aisha's sobs dwindled to hiccups. Finally, she looked up, eyes swollen red. His name is Farhan. He's a friend of S.A.'s cousin. We were dancing and, I don't know, I felt young again. Like before the mortgage, before the diapers, before I stopped recognizing myself. Her confession was soft, almost tender, which made it cut deeper. I sat on the coffee table, leaning forward. Do you love him? No. Too fast. Then slower. No. It wasn't love. It was escape. Escape from what? From me, she whispered. From us. From the routine. From waking up every day knowing exactly how the next one will go. I love you, Imran, but sometimes I miss feeling like a woman. Not only a wife, a mother, a teacher, a cook. So you let another man touch you to feel alive? My voice cracked. I've been right here, Aisha. Every morning. Every night. And I still look at you like you're the only woman on earth. I know, she sobbed, mascara streaking down her cheeks. I know, and I hate myself for it. Silence stretched, tight as wire. I thought about everything, her laugh when I burned the Birni, the way she traced my cricket scars, the night she whispered she was pregnant and we cried together. I thought of the swinger party invite she'd shown me 3 weeks ago, casual as suggesting takeout. I agreed because I wanted to be the cool husband, the one who didn't cage her in. I agreed because I believed our love was untouchable. Aisha, I said at last, what happens now? She looked at me, pleading. We fix it. Therapy. Honesty. Whatever we need. I'll delete his number, block him, never go to another party. It's not about the party. I stood, pacing the window. Dawn was creeping over the neighbor's jacaranda tree, turning the leaves purple. It's about the lie you told yourself, that this was harmless, that I wouldn't break. I wasn't thinking. You weren't thinking about me. I cut in. The truth feels like rust in my mouth. You thought about how good it felt to be wanted by someone new. And I understand. God, I do. I see you rushing Zane to school, grading papers until midnight, falling asleep before I can kiss you goodnight. I see you fading. And I try to bring you back. Date nights. That Nathia Ghali trip we keep postponing. The lingerie still untouched in the drawer because you were too tired. Her sob was raw. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't patch the hole you tore through us. I turned to her. I need everything. No more half-truths. She nodded, wiping her face. Ask. Did you sleep with him? A pause. No. Did you want to? A longer pause. Yes. That honesty cut deeper than any lie. I rested my forehead against the cold window. Do you still want to? I don't know, she whispered. I'm scared of what that means. I closed my eyes. The jacaranda blurred. I can't sleep beside you tonight. Imran, I'll take the couch. I walked past her without touching her, without looking back. At the stairs, I paused. Zane's door was cracked open, his nightlight throwing a soft glow across his Spider-Man sheets. He was sprawled on his stomach, arm dangling, mouth open in sleep. I stood there, memorizing the piece on his face before life taught him what betrayal was. Behind me, Aisha's footsteps drifted toward the kitchen. I heard the faucet, a glass clinking, the fridge door closing. She was giving me space. Or maybe she was drowning. I climbed the stairs, sat at the top step, and let the tears come, silent, shaking, the kind of crying sound can't hold. I thought of our vows, how I'd promised to choose her even on days I didn't like her. I thought of the swinger party, the way I kissed her goodbye, told her to text me if she needed anything. I thought of that photo, the hand under her dress, the smile that wasn't mine. Downstairs, the faucet stopped. Aisha's shadow stretched across the hallway below. She didn't come up. She curled onto the bottom step, the same one where I'd waited, and folded into herself. I heard her breaths, ragged and broken. The clock struck 5. Birds started up outside. Zane would wake in 2 hours, demanding dinosaur-shaped pancakes. Aisha would smile, flip at her, ask him about his dreams. And I would sit across from her, pretending my heart wasn't scattered across the floor. I didn't know if we could rebuild. I didn't know if love could survive a fracture like this. But as the first ribbon of sunlight slipped through the skylight and spilled gold across the landing, I made one choice. I would fight for us, not because it was easy, but because losing her, losing what we built, was a darkness I couldn't face. I stood, wiped my face, and went downstairs. Aisha looked up, startled, eyes swollen. I sat beside her, not touching, but close enough to feel her warmth. We start with the truth, I said. All of it. And then we see what's left. She nodded, tears falling again. I'm so sorry, Imran. I know. My voice was rough. But sorry is only the first step. Outside, the jacaranda dropped a single purple blossom onto the sill. I watched it land, delicate, perfect, and wondered if we could ever be whole again.